Robyn has asked me to welcome you all here today, and I'm thrilled to do it, I must say. So welcome everyone to Robyn's exhibition today, Postcards from Cockatoo Island. And I must say, well, I'll introduce myself. My name's Catherine Enright. I'm the volunteer manager at the Sydney Harbour Federation Trust. And Robyn is one of my many fantastic volunteers. So that's my connection tonight. I'm both the Sydney Harbour Federation Trust looks after Cockatoo Island along with 7 other sites around Sydney Harbour. And I've been involved with the Trust for 12 years. And I must say, Cockatoo kind of holds a special place in my heart that don't tell any of the other sites now. And we have a few other volunteers here supporting Robyn, so thank you very much for coming along. So that's me, and that's why I'm here. But I'd also like to say that I had the pleasure of meeting Robyn in 2011. Robyn came to Cockatoo Island along with Helen, actually, to volunteer for Outpost street art event in 2011. And I'm very pleased to say that Robyn kept with the Trust and is still a Harbour Trust volunteer. So I suppose it's an interesting way of thinking of it that art brought Robyn to Cockatoo Island, and here we are with Robyn presenting her own art of Cockatoo Island. So I think that's a nice little synergy. And it's obviously inspired her, as you can look around tonight at the beautiful, beautiful artworks. I'm no artist, so I'm thoroughly impressed at the beauty of these and the way you've represented Cockatoo, so thank you, Robyn. Now, for those who don't know anything about Cockatoo Island, I'm putting my Harbour Trust hat on and saying, please come and visit. It's a fascinating place. It's the largest island in Sydney Harbour, and it's at the western end, the Woolwich, Greenwich, Balmain kind of end. It's got a fascinating history. It was a convict jail, so there are beautiful sandstone buildings still there. It was a girls' reformatory. It was a boys' training school, a prison, and of course, in its last life before it was closed, it was a shipbuilding and ship repair centre. And it was actually the hub of the Pacific Fleet in World War II, the repairs. And there could be anything up to 4,000 people, mostly men, but people working at any time at Cockatoo during that time. So you can imagine the grit and the noise, and I think Robyn's captured that. And the other thing I have noticed with the art is that there are so many aspects to Cockatoo. There are the huge cranes, there's the buildings, and Robyn has said she's doing homage to the people who worked there, to the buildings, to the architecture, to the industry. And yet you look at another one and we've got wallpaper, because it was also a home for many people as well. And Robyn's picked up on that, and even the tiling and all those little, and even the little gold squares here for the workers, representing the workers, and the framework. Representing the tool storage area. So you've really put a lot of thought into it, Robyn. It's really a beautiful exhibition, so congratulations. So on a more personal note, I suppose, just a bit about myself and Robyn. I suppose everyone here will agree that Robyn has this kind of a certain zing about her. I don't know what else to say. Especially the drink in a hand, that's right. That's good enough. Robyn and Helen and I refer to the island as the Rock, so we love the Rock. And I suppose, as I said, art brought Robyn to the island, but many other things, and in common with our volunteers. It's a sense of community, a sense of wanting to give back, of loving Sydney Harbour. And they all make fantastic volunteers, so thank goodness I've got them. So thank you to you all.
I might be able to add up.
Yes, yes. Yes, if anyone wants to volunteer, please. But do visit Cockatoo in case you haven't before. It's a really fascinating site, and many Sydney-siders are not aware of it really, so please come along, and thank you, Robyn, for doing this to kind of get the word out as well. That's much appreciated. So really, we've got volunteers at Cockatoo. Robyn is a visitor services volunteer. We've also got gardeners. We've got volunteers who are restoring heritage equipment. So there's a lot of activity. There's audio tours. There's open space. It's free. Am I getting you there?
There's accommodation for those special romantic nights.
Glamping.
Glamping, camping and apartments.
Yes, thank you, Helen. Basketball, chess,
tennis.
We can go on. Robyn.
used to build aeroplanes.
That's true. Used to
Yeah.
build airplanes and submarines, so it's got a very rich history. Very rich history.
The fireworks on Christmas Eve.
On New Year's Eve, yes, exactly right.
Ben Hall escaped from there.
So I'm very lucky in my role not only to be working at sites such as Cockatoo and North Head and Middle Head and all these types of sites, but to be able to associate with people like my volunteers who are dedicated, passionate, interesting and interested. I always think that they're interested and they're interesting. And there's this other aspect of people, you know, Robyn is a volunteer for me, but there's a whole other aspect to her which is so fascinating to see. So thanks for having me along tonight, Robyn. And I must say also, this role has let me do some interesting things. Like, for example, I've never opened an art exhibition before. And I've even launched a boat on Cockatoo Island. It's quite a small boat, but it was still a boat. So it's a great role and great to be able to associate with wonderful people like my volunteers, so thank you. And really that's all from me, but I wanted to say welcome to everybody, and Robyn, you should be very proud of yourself. It's a beautiful exhibition, and you've really, as I said, you've really captured, I think, the spirit of Cockatoo in all of its various layers, so well done.